Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome to Azurhia Under the Hood. Um, I took some time off last week because I got sick, so it's been a little while, but I'm back. I'm still a bit croaky, so I apologize if I get all have coughing fits and whatnot, but I figured we would give this a go. Um, so we kind of finished the thing we were doing, which was going through the old Horde missions to see um, basically just to fill in the gaps of things that would have been um, located in Azurhia. So I don't kind of have anywhere to start today, so I might just do that thing where I roll the dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we roll an 8, oh, we're not going to do game mechanics. 7 technically. There's definitely a thing that lets you roll anything. That looks like a 6 to me. Roll. Oh, you can hold it for as long as you want. That's awesome. 3. Oh, mythology and folklore. Oh, there's some secret stuff in this one, though. I don't really know if I want to go down this. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm not. Look, go away. I'm not feeling that. No. 7. What's 7? The gallant horde. Well, I suppose we could just fill in some of that stuff. Not sure how relevant it is, though. I realized that I said I was going to roll, and now I'm like, I don't know about that. Let's try one more time. 4. What does 4 give us? Deities. Deities are pretty well done, mostly, although there are a couple of them that need some. And the other thing we could do with the deities is pop in Tiff's beautiful images of them. So sure, let's do some deity work. That one is what I want, but also I'm going to need the image library. I'm not wild about the way images are done in World Anvil. I suppose I could actually make galleries. That would probably help. Medallion. Oh, look, I have. Look at that. Alright. So if I go there, does it only show me those? Oh, yeah, look at that. Cool. Can you make galleries inside of galleries? Can you nest galleries? Because I am the queen of nesting the things. I go deities. Let me put this into... apparently not. That's fine. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just open up my... I'm going to put it here, though. Because Amazing Tiffany did a whole bunch of art for my gods, and I was going to create a little book of Azurian deities, and I think I still will do that at some point. Maybe we can do a bit of some. No, I'm not going to try and do both things at once. But yeah, so I think that apparently I can't think and talk at the same time today. Deities, there we go. Beautiful. Alright, so I will just pull these into here so that you can all see the beautiful art she did that I never got around to doing anything with because I suck. Oh, I don't suck. Everyone's going to yell at me now. You don't suck, Jax. Stop talking to yourself like that. This may take a while. Alright, while it's thinking about that, let's go here. So Elwood is the deity who was... So the ones that were already... like we're already deities of Gallant Horde characters, I've done quite a lot of work on. Oh, the TBC cleric spells. I thought I'd done the cleric spells for them. Hold. I open 1,000 things. I am certain be? Where would I have put it? I could have sworn I did it. That's why I'm going hunting for previous work. But I also thought that I had already transferred all the information, so maybe I did some of them, but not all of them. That sounds like me. Not sure it's doing anything. Alright, we shall see. Are you gonna open? Oh, it's having a hissy fit, guys. It's having a moment. I think I'm trying to make it do too much at once, and it's sad about it. Expand prompts and connections. I don't know if there's any point in doing like like physical attributes, given that gods can do what they want with that. You know. So I'm not sure that there's much point in divine deity. Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. I wonder if I... Okay. Deity, domains. I've got that here, don't I? Boom. My hearth goddess. Artifacts, holy books and codes. Symbols. Baking bread. Wow, it's really not opening anything. It's having a hissy fit. Okay, it's okay. She's an interesting one because she's not she's very chill unless you hurt children. My kind of god. She's just like, make some nice delicious things, look after your house, grow some things in your garden, be nice to your children. That's her whole vibe. Yes, the tenets would be this, right? The goals, meh. Don't know if we've got any. I have a thing of celebrations that I started working on. Don't know if any of them are specific to her. Don't think so. I think I started thinking about that, like celebrations that would be specific to gods, but I hadn't got very far with it. Alright, I don't know why this isn't opening. I suspect it's because I did this and then just abandoned it. And now it's sad. Maybe we'll do one at a time, eh? Yes. You're having a hissy fit. One at a time, so you don't freak out. I'll just do Elwood, but let's just cancel these. And we'll just do her. Doesn't like it, eh? Maximum file size. Oh, that's why it doesn't like it. I shall have to make it smaller. This may be why I didn't do it previously, because I couldn't be bothered making things smaller. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's so sad. All right. Now Windows Explorer is not responding. It's very mad at me. Anmo, God of Luck. Yeah, I did do spells. There's the spells right there. Why didn't I do hers? Interesting. Okay. Obviously, I reserve the right to change the spells because we haven't actually gone too deeply into the magic stuff yet. And these are, I believe, Pathfinder spells. Because that's what we were doing at the time. So they may be tweaked. But it's a good starting point. Ah. Oh, what have I done? Oh my. And then I made this lovely little table for Kiefer. What are you doing, Jax? Probably I intended to do lovely little tables for everybody. That was probably my intention. Past Jax had an idea. Maybe we should do that, in fact. Insert table. How many did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One. Because realistically, this is more likely to be a part of the cleric skill tree stuff. And I know now we're crossing the, what is the thing they have in Ghostbusters? Streams, crossing the streams. But yeah, so unlocking these spells will be less level based and more based on that skill tree mechanism. Because they'll also be tied to catalysts, which is a thing I think I've spoken about a little bit. Oh, hello. I don't actually recognize that name, so I don't know who I'm talking to, but hi. Yeah, I don't know if I think I've spoken about catalysts on my Thursday streams, which is basically that there would be certain things that you would unlock in your class journey through a class, which you would have to do something specific. So, oh hey Tiff, It's cool that you're here because I'm doing deities and I've been trying to upload your beautiful art, but my computer's having a meltdown about it. So I don't know if that's going to work, but we shall see. What was I talking about? Catalysts. Yes. So like for clerics, there would be, you would have to do like a vigil or some sort of, depending on the god, obviously, some sort of experience that would unlock that stuff. And it may be something built into the class, like for champions or mages connected to the Magus Commander, there may be specific ceremonies, but like Gilahari has a ceremony to become a champion of Gilahari. Or it could be story based, so it would be something specific that happens in the story that is a big deal, that would push you into that next level, and that would unlock more stuff connected to your class. But those things are locked behind essentially quest lines of one kind or another. I'm being a bit vague on purpose because it really would depend a lot on how the story's going and, you know, 1,000 things. So, right. So we're gonna pop these in here. So I'm leaving it as levels for now because it's easier, but reasonably certain that's gonna change. What are we doing here? Gilahari. Yeah, so definitely for her, some of these things would be locked behind completing that Gilahari champion quest, where you've got to fight one of her guardians, essentially. Otherwise, these things do not become available to you. Alright, I don't know what's happening here. This is super sad. Close window. Sorry that you're sad. Just want a picture. It's not that strange. But I just put one in there. Why are you being dumb? Oh my goodness. There's nothing about uploading images there, right? Alright. I'm going to pull this here so you don't see my entire file structure. DM things, deities, Aylward. Oh no, it was because we realized that they're too big and I need smaller versions. So I'll have to make smaller versions, but... Okay, this is going great, you guys. Keep running into roadblocks. Okay, anyway, that's hers done. I don't know why I don't have Aylward's ones. I could have sworn I did them all. That's fine, we can make it up. How small is needed? Under 10 megabytes. Won't let me upload anything more than 10 megabytes. So if you happen to have smaller versions, that would be super. Oh, no. Oh my goodness, seriously? Thank you. Very convenient that you happen to tune into this particular stream. Rose is the one I want lots of. And yes, I want the first one to be a hetero. Thank you. Level. Yeah, indeed. Definitely fate. Oh, okay, well, let's manage to finally... Oh, what is going on? What is going on? There we go. Flesh to stone. Monstrosity form. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, that makes sense, because it's all about change and transformation. That's his whole thing. Which is why it was so deeply ironic that Oberon's thing in the first season was trying to keep things where they belong, because he's supposed to be about change and growth and transformation. Alright. Moyadala, who is one of my favorites that we haven't had much chance to actually do anything with. Let's open them all up. Some of these have very little in them because they're new. That's okay. That's why we're doing this. Okay. See if it'll let me open that document now. I had a very large Word file that I was using to dump information in at one point. And my hope is that it contains... Yep! I thought that might get the eyeballs. My hope is that it contains the Aylward spells, because I'm so sure that I did all of the ones that we had players connected to. Not here for some reason. Okay, where are we at? Done Kiefer Gallery, we were working on that. Just pop that there for now. Nangani. All the others are here. I don't know why whose it's not here. Maybe I started doing it and then stopped for whatever reason. Happens a lot with me. I start doing a thing and then I'm like, distracted. Spell in for mission. Oh, here please. Thank you. Disrupt undead. Nangani's not a fan of the undead. He is a fan of the natural order, and he believes that undead are anathema to the natural order. Enmity is a great word. I like that word. Okay, that's him. That's easy. Alalula. Oh, apparently I didn't do hers either. Solaria. Oh, okay, so I must have done some and not others. That's all good. We'll put the little tables in for the ones we have and then go back and fill in some gaps. Pigment, who are we doing here? Oh yeah, Valana. So Valana's the moon goddess. And she is all about illusions and things not being as they appear and all of that kind of thing. So the spells are all connected to that sort of stuff. Liminal space, all that good stuff. Valana. Hey Abigail, nice to see you. She's a good one. Okay, so then we hit the ones that I didn't do very much with yet. So that's where we're going to start actually doing some work. So what I'm going to do is just pull this out because it gives me the kind of shape of the thing. So Philly1 is the goddess of virtue. Still not sure about her. Valor and society. She is the knights just for she has bright courage and honorable behavior, which is a double-edged sword. The laws of to what is right. Easy to be misinterpreted and used for evil. Okay. Beloved of knights and champions. She is often worshipped by those who follow a strict code of law and behavior. Use her as a called like a goddess of the backrooms. Oh, we're talking about Valana. Definitely not Philywin. Philywin wouldn't be seen dead in a backroom. The best of them use her as a guiding light for honor and defense of the innocents. However, some use her as gambling and valor. I'm not sure those things go together. As a reason to lean too heavily on the rules and etiquette of society, detriment of justice. Is actually portrayed as a... Oh, that's true. I can see that. Yep. Old style lady or a lady knight. Yeah, I got that. They both involve risk. I suppose gambling, I mean, valor is a kind of gambling, but oh, I don't know. Gambling connotes self-interest and valor doesn't, and I feel like that's a very important distinction. Or Lady Knight. What color did you make her, Tiff? Greens. Risk and probability. Well, that's Ayanmo is kind of that. Ayanmo is the god of gambling, so. Portrayed, not pro-trade. Portrayed in shades of green and royal reds. Lives of Gala and Autumnish. Bread colors, some reds and blues, if she's the right one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it looked like they were greens. It won't open it for me. Looking at the thumbnail, it looks like greens and blues. Oh yeah, I can see the appeal of it. Related but opposing ideas for faith. Certainly I can see the appeal of it. There's something about that tension that is interesting. Valor and danger. Held to act in defense of honor and the innocent. sum that up in a single sentence. The way I've done it in others is just as a written. Oh no, I've lost her now. If we turn from battle because there is little hope of victory, then where then would valor be? Ever be the goal that stirs us, not the odds. I like it, but it's too long and wordy. It's got to be succinct. It's got to be like a to be honorable in the face of adversity. Something like that. Yes, she was very Scottishy. Even the hair, the red hair. Something along those lines. Okay, divine font could be either divine skill, probably some sort of society. Favored weapon has got to be like a sword, right? Even going to go so far as to say long sword. Domains, virtue, valor. I don't know about spells. We'll come back to spells because I feel like that's probably going to change anyway. Oh, you're having a hissy fit. Just refresh that. Okay. Villa is a river god of the desert. Oh yeah, good point. Bullying would definitely fall into her no-nos. Good call. He is violent. It's not how you spell violent. Violent, powerful. Wow. What is happening? Why are you being a butthead? Powerful. Seriously? Clearly you did in fact manage to save it. The energy of a river in flood. He is the sudden waters, life paired with dangerous danger. Oh yeah, so she is. That's probably where I got it from, like subconsciously, subliminally. Fula is a river, fine and powerful. The energy of a river and flood. He is the sudden waters, life paired with danger. I don't know. I'm sure this happens in other places, but in Africa, where I grew up, our rainy season is summertime, and so what will sometimes happen is over the winter when it's very, very dry, rivers will reduce greatly, and then there'll be these massive violent storms in summer, and the rivers just suddenly like flood everywhere, and it's that's kind of what I have in mind with Fula, is this idea of like you need the water for life, but at the same time it is this violent force of nature that can be incredibly dangerous as well as life bringing, right? Yeah, flash flooding, yeah, but it's like I feel like I'm trying to go for a more poetic version of that. But yeah. Um Fula is where let's do this is usually trade. Oh, again, my fingers want to say poor trade in flowing robes of the desert people. Ayabuff. Um, life begets death begets life, right? It's all connected. That's kind of what I'm getting at, yeah. And that there are like positive and negative aspects to that level of energy. Is I know I have to do the physical descriptions for Tiff's benefit. With ribbons of flowing water, and hair is braided with, and yes, totally the balance of the two forces. Yeah, I've been reading, as a complete aside that has nothing to do with Azurhia, I've been finally reading The Tale of Pooh for the first time. Someone I think sent it to me as part of one of the Crota book exchanges, and it's been sitting on my pile of books I haven't got around to for the longest time, and I've been reading it, and I'm just like, man, I really wish I had the ability to just like sit with the world the way they talk about in that book. I'm so bad at that. I'm always trying to like reach and wrangle and make things work better and like get my fingers into everything. And I think it would be great to be able to just be like, wow, the world is what it is. Let us be peaceful in it. I wish. But fire is dangerous. It can be both things, just like water. Yeah, it really does. It's so hard. And I know that I'm aware that part of that is the ADHD brain. I get that, but at the same time I feel like some of it is just the society we've grown up in, where, you know, being productive and doing the things and whatever. The ability to just, like, I remember as a child running around in the garden. Like, I grew up on a farm in Africa. I would just run around and play. Like, I lived outside. It was amazing. And I see our kids not do that to the same degree. And part of that is, you know, we're in town now, so they don't have that huge amount of space. But obviously part of it is just they would rather be playing Fortnite. And I know I sound like an old lady right now, but I feel like something has been lost there. The children, the freedom that boredom gives children to make shit up is so important. And I see it even in our kids, because we started doing device-free days, and, you know, no devices until a certain time of day and that kind of stuff. And they, for a while, had no idea what to do with that time. And now they're starting to get, you know, after a little while, they started to get to the point where they started to come up with things to do. And I'm like, this is the thing, this creative impulse that is born out of being bored. It's born out of being forced to sit with yourself and go, what am I going to do? And anyway, that's my little parenting rant for the day. Get your children off devices, people. Let them be bored. It's good for their brains to be bored. That's where creativity happens. Anyway, his hair is braided with riverweed, and I forgot what I was going to say. Let's just go riverweed. There we go. I'm imagining some sort of like it's tempting to lean too heavily into the like Arabic style of thing, but I think I want to avoid that because of the, desert, Arabic, meh, and make it something a little bit more. I'm imagining like a cross between those like almost Moroccan style robes, but also with like the braids and stuff of like Native American kind of style braiding, but then also somehow the like Africa desert like beading and all that kind of business. Something along those lines. Yeah. But also with lots of water. Okay. Anyway, that I'm leaning into the physical thing because I know Tiff is going to want to draw this person. if she hasn't already started drawing this person. Dirt Queen. I love to play in the dirt pile under my playground. I mean, there's a lot to be said for playing in dirt. It's good for you. It's good for you. That's how you build immunities. When my kid was little, and a lot of the people around me, because I mean, he's just turned 14 yesterday, so when he was born, I was 31. What am I now? 45. So yeah, 31. And and a lot of his friends' parents were like 10 years younger than me. And it was just really interesting because my approach was like he would sit and eat cat food with a cat, and they'd be like, and I'd go, it's not going to kill him. Like, I can tell him not to do it, but realistically, he's going to have an amazing immune system. And now he's almost never sick. Like, he has almost 100% attendance at school, and because his immune system is the bomb. Okay, I got sidetracked. Fula is a force. I've said his name too many times now. He is a force of nature. Wild, but focused. No, focused is the wrong word. Wild and intense. He is of life and death and is uncompromising and dispassionate, the way intense natural forces are. It's so funny that you had a nickname about playing in the dirt, because when I was growing up, everybody did that. So it wasn't weird. But again, farm girl. So I grew up amongst farm kids. It was very normal for us. I don't think I ever put shoes on unless I had to. And it was, again, Africa. Snakes, spiders, all of those things. Meh, still ran around barefoot. I remember being able to run on hot tar because the bottom of my feet were so tough. Raptors and scavenger birds. Yeah, but he's not desert, but he's specifically a river god. And he would have been, because the way Azurian deities work is they're born out of belief. So he would have been born out of the belief of the people of that area, of the power of the river. He is a metaphysical personification of the power of the river and how it can be both life-giving and death-bringing at the same time. So more river than desert. But the importance of the river is a result of being in a desert, if that makes sense. Are tend to be people with a close yeah, definitely a little bit of the Egyptian Nile kind of vibe. But again, so much of this stuff is born out of my own experiences. And I have, obviously, I grew up in Africa. I didn't grow up in a desert part of Africa. I grew up in the tropics. But I then lived in the United Arab Emirates for 4 years, which is a desert, sand dunes, camels, level desert. Like, it's, when you think of desert, when someone says the word desert and you think camels and sand dunes, that's the kind of desert that place is. And like the oases there are just, it's amazing. And I feel like there's a little bit of that here too, where it's, they don't have the same wild rain thing because it just doesn't rain. I think I was there for 4 years, and in all that time it rained like maybe 5 or 6 times. It's such a big deal that when it rains, because I was teaching in a school, when it rains, everybody goes outside. Like, all the children, all the teachers go outside because it's so rare and so strange. It's just nuts. And so all the water comes from either underground in the form of oasis springs, or is desalinated seawater. Does the river have any association with going to different planes? I don't think so in this case, because in this case it's about survival, really, more than anything else. Close association to the primal / natural world. Often have druidic, that's not how you spell druidic, or elemental aspects. They are seldom compassionate or inclined towards charity, preferring an approach of live and let live, or even of the weak. This is you just watching things come out of my brain. To survive, and only the toughest and strongest. Fula is the image of. So he's quite localized. You probably wouldn't worship Fula unless you came from that place, but something like that. I'm just gonna skip this song because ones with lyrics mess me up in my brain. Toughness, weakness. Yeah, you get the idea. Alright, divine font is again heal or harm. Almost all my deities are heal or harm. Very few of them are one or the other. Oh yeah, indirect. Yep, I like evasive. Evasive. Or I know what you're getting at with indirectness, but I feel like indirect is the wrong word. Evasive or unfocused action. something like that. Bro, come on, fingers. Favored weapon. My first thought was scimitar, and then I thought, Jax, that might be a little bit. I'm going to go with whip. A little bit racially driven. I like whip though, because it's kind of watery, right? Flowy. Domains. Survival. Water. Trying to figure out how to phrase this. Power of water. Hey Tiff, how many of these have you started drawing yet? I know you. They're gonna start showing up in my inbox. I love it. It makes me so happy. Don't even ever stop. Don't even ever stop. Something like that. Alright, we'll leave that. We might come back to him. I'm not bothering with spells yet. Physis. Physis is a very new god. When Findic met Perdita and became godlike. Ooh. Okay. Physis is a trickster god born of spear. Yeah, I get that, but I feel like the whip has that water thing going on. He might also have a spear, I guess. We could do both. Why not both? Okay. I don't think I need all of this anymore. I just need the... Nate, look. 2 is enough. Physis is a trickster god born of Findic, his pipes, and the belief and evangelism, is that how you spell it, of Perdita Delithrin, without the apostrophe, the thingy, I mean. I'm glad you're amused. I'm like, no, shush. 2 is enough. Bono Findic. Look, stop it. Stop it. What is a shamshir? I don't even know what a shamshir is. Okay, we're doing Physis now. Belief and evangelism of Perdita Delithrin, his first priestess. Couldn't have done that without those pipes you guys got him, because they are in fact the pipes of Pan. He is usually portrayed in his satyr form as a hooved. Satyr implies that. Curly brown hair, and I am in fact saying this god is your fault. It would not have happened without you lovely horde people. I don't know if you're on that mission. Shauna Lee let me play Findic as a guest character and it just went away. It went in a direction. And he used the opportunity. It was not my intent, but it came up and I was like, well, I guess this is where we're going with this. With curly brown hair and brightly colored clothing. He is fond of purples, oranges, and go with jeweled colors. Yeah, so it's specifically Crum's fault, amongst others. Cheating, chilling, and yoga mats. Jeweled colors, shiny things, and good food and drink. The god of slacking. I mean, it's in there. He's very Dionysus-ish, in my brain, but without the, bacchanalias, because those are gross. Relatively new god, his domain is still in. Yes, but nobody else stopped her. And Findic just rolled with it because I am a chaos gremlin. His domain is still in flux, but likely. Shamshir is the original term of the sword scimitar. Ah, interesting. Okay, cool. I wanted to steer away from that because I don't want it to be too like, I just made this god an Arabic thing due to deserts. That feels very, one, stereotypy, and also, culturally appropriative, which is why I try to take bits and pieces from things and mold them into a new thing rather than being overly, one thing. I try to veer away from the cultural appropriation vibe. The one exception probably is Ijala, which is very, very heavily based on Zululand, which is where I grew up. But I feel like because I grew up there amongst it, it's different. And I try to make it more of a like homage or like love letter to my childhood in that environment. I also have a couple of really good friends from high school who are actually Zulu people, and so I frequently will message them and go, hey, I just want to run this past you, how do you feel about this, blah blah blah. And so I do it with as much sensitivity as I can, but I also really want that kind of thing in my world because my own background is not actually European at all. Being a relatively new god, his domain is still in flux, but likely to become trickery, slacking, leisure. Let's go with leisure and appreciation. Luxuries of life. Something along those lines. Those chosen by Physis are often not the smartest. Individuals, although this may change with time. People he can mold and form to his liking. The god of people who sell junk to tourist festivals. I mean, you're right. You're not wrong at all. He is the god of the hustle and the con. I'm going to write that down, in fact. Hustle and the con. He likes true believers who will bring him more true believers. And I mean immature in the sense of he has not had time to settle into his deified nature. Like anathema. Honesty. Therapy. Actually dealing with your shit. Um, I'm thinking of like that Spartan lifestyle, right? Like of humor. What's a word for Spartan that isn't Spartan? Please stop doing that. The word for it is ascetic. No. What is the word I'm looking for? There's a word for. Let us ask the internet. Synonym for Spartan, not the Greeks. Austere, abstemious. Yeah, austerity. There we go. Favored weapon. A tricky one. Discount Octagon. He is kind of discount Octagon. A little bit. I wanted to move away from Octagon. That was part of the reasoning behind Jade and Jade's story, because Octagon belongs to Matthew Mercer and Critical Role, and I'm trying very hard to move this world away from anything that belongs to anyone else's IP. It's difficult because so much of it is built on Pathfinder and D&D, because that's my TTRPG background. Off-brand, not discount. Yeah, no, fair point. He will charge you exactly as much as he thinks he can get away with. But yeah, which is why I've been kind of trying to write Octagon out for that reason, because I don't want this world to have things in it that belong to other people. That's what I'm going for, is to try and make it as fluffy pillow of death. I was actually thinking of making it a instrument. Because I think that he is often beloved of, sorry, you made me think, bards, especially those with a less than honest approach to life. A net or a trap. I feel like that's not like. I was actually thinking of making it an instrument, so it's based much more in that like bardic, magical way of, form of combat. Because I don't think Findic will fight unless he absolutely has to. And so his people are likely to also a very hard loot. Yeah. Instruments, deception, or weapons disguised as something else. So like cane pistols, things like that. Something along those lines. Mace is not a large level metal. Oh my god. Is also followed by those looking for something meaningful, but yeah, that movie was so great. I enjoyed that movie a lot. It was way better than I thought it was going to be. Looking for something meaningful, but without the depth of character to do the often difficult work. Is often followed by those looking without the depth of character to do the often difficult work of personal growth. They will replace this work with trappings of religious fervor. But the cushions are always well buffed. You're still live? Oh wait, time change. Oh, your time changed! Woo! I'm only going to be here for like another 20 minutes. I've had to rearrange my days, so I might actually be moving my Tuesday stream to a Monday because I will now be going to a different center on a Tuesday, which means I have to leave home a bit earlier because it's further away from home. So I might rearrange my days, but we'll see how it goes. This week is weird anyway, so I'll see how it goes next week and then decide. Domains, trickery, deception, wine, food, the good life. Merriment. I like that. That's excellent. Merriment. Oh, that's not how you spell merriment. Merriment. Okay, he doesn't need a 50,000. You get the idea. But yes, frivolity would also work. Oh my god, you guys, you're so helpful. Not. All right, I'm gonna just close some of these because it's having a thing done. And since apparently I need to wait until I have sharpened drumsticks. What are you talking about? Is that his weapon? Yes, I know. You're sad. Stiletto drumsticks. I bet Perdita would hurt someone with her stilettos. Probably wears stilettos even in the forest. It's difficult to use musical instruments. I mean, yes, unless your god just gives you the ability to do it. That's why I gave other options. You can use a weapon that's disguised as something else. Too. Alright. Feigen. We'll come back to Feigen. This is my version of Lolth, but we might come back to that too. Do I need to do together because they are connected. Skyazine, I don't know why I gave you a full stop. And Zlivolny. So my idea of these two was they are ocean deities. And she is the destructive aspect of the ocean. The jealousness, the possessiveness, the emotional is a Pacific. What? Do you mean a pacifist? Is that your way of saying Perdita is also very stupid? Actually, might come back to those two. But the idea is that Skyazine is the life aspect, and Slavoni is, yes, the storm of the sea. Who else have we got here? Umbani. Oh, I love Umbani. Yuzlu, who I made up for Chris, and then he didn't even come do the thing. Zavista, we have already done her. Alright, we might do this one next. Got to get these used though. Yuzlu is the god of deception, and trickery. I don't know why I didn't just do this to start with. I feel like Yuzlu should be silver to distract. That's not how you spell distract. Distract and disorient. Orient. Who's going to be fun to draw? The scary sea lady. They wear a blank mask that, when looked at from different angles, not angles, angles. Yeah, I'm answering your question. Clicks between different faces. Followed by leaves. My thought is people will leave something they stole from somewhere else at a new crime scene. From a different scene of a crime. A token. I don't know how to shortcut the view thingies, so usually is Oh, no, I've closed all the ones that are finished. Damn it. Need one for reference. Investigators. They're so good they do not fear getting caught, or they just want everyone to know how prolific they are. It is a little bit of a, it's a taunt. It's a, yeah, yes. I feel like it's a symbol of this is how good I am. It also allows people to track the same thief over multiple events, which again would lean into that, like, look at me, I'm such a legend thing. Because the more of that you can do without getting caught, obviously the better you are. So there is an arrogance to it, I guess, yeah. I forgot what I was going to write. The god of red herrings, yep. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sort of imagining that the sort of thief that ends up, well, we should write this down. Okay, those who are chosen by, damn it, I did it again. Are usually who get as much pleasure from the success of the job as from the items they acquire. They are frequently but usually justified in their belief in their skill. I like that. I managed to lose what I wrote previously. I'm stealing your line, Matt. Never confess. Divine font, probably harm. Divine skill, always religion, and then gotta be dagger. Thievery, deception. Actually take trickery out of that. Cool. Oh, I see what happened here. Clearly did the thing. That's fine. Cool. Alright, I might actually stop there. One, because my brain is starting to go enough. And two, because I need to end a little earlier today. Because I have to get further to get to work today. So, this has been fun though. And you've got to see a little bit of an expanded pantheon. The ones that we did not get to, obviously, are these two ocean gods. Salidu, who is an underground spider goddess, although I may not hang on to that. That was because I had a Lolth style story arc in my brain. But I actually might flag that because it never really came to anything. But I'll leave it there for now. We'll see. Feigen is a dryad deity. So trees and nature and that kind of business. Umbani is the storms and lightning. So there was a mission at some point that involved Umbani. She is another storm goddess. Very stormy in character as well. That's what I have so far. I think I was going to put in another river. Well, I don't know if we need another river one. I don't know. What am I missing? You guys tell me. What do you feel like we need a deity of that doesn't yet exist in this pantheon? Because I feel like we've covered a lot of the major ground. There's also the idea that Archfey often become deified because of the connection between Azurhia and Fairy. So in theory we could probably chase that down a little bit further and put a couple more visual arts, painters, sculptures, etc. No, we don't really have anything for that. Or any kind of artistic. Vices a little bit has the music thing, but no, I think you're right. That might be something we still need to do. Sky God, only the storm goddess, but no actual. Well, although we have a moon god, a sun god, and a storm god. I'm not sure you need more than that. Those are the things in the sky. Writers. And between the grounds. Well, I do want to do the Darklands as a whole separate thing, because they would have their own stuff. But again, that is not something I've had a lot of time or reason to chase down. A lot of these ones came about because I needed something that made sense for them, for one reason or another. So it's definitely an open book. It's not finished. I would not call it complete. But yeah, I don't know about other planes. I mean, we have Moyadala. Moyadala is a god of forbidden knowledge, which would cover a lot of that ground. Elwood is essentially, as a hearth goddess, also a god of. Um, no, the spidery one was not the reason for stuff coming out from deep underground. The reason she was there was because there was a whole Lolth arc connected to the lycanthrope hospital. Originally, there was a temple of Lolth under that hospital, but she. Yeah, I feel like Lolth is very D&D, so I kind of maybe want to move away from that. God of Invention, yeah, invention and tinkering. Okay, so there's still a few things we can throw in there. Totally. Jean-Luc was totally. I am not making Zuka God. I would never hear the end of it. Oh my god. Adam would be impossible to live with. No. No, 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 no. The thing you need to understand is the relationship between Titania and Zook is a lot like the relationship between Adam and Jax. If you take Zook and Gur and turn them into one person, you get Adam. So, no. Jean-Luc was begging to be smote by the spider goddess, and I did in fact intend to do such smitings, but the story never kind of went back there, so it didn't happen. But it was in my plan, eventually at one point in my life. It's all good. Mad science. Oh my god, we don't need any more mad scientists. Alright, I think we're going to stop there. Thanks for hanging. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Thank you for hanging with me. And I will be back on Thursday morning. And also Wednesday. We're doing a different thing for Jax is not a gamer, but Adam is this Wednesday. I'm going to start earlier in the day. And then we're going to hand it over. So I'm going to play it for a bit, and then Adam is going to take over the stream and play the same game. I don't know what game it is because I haven't spun the wheel yet, but we will do that. Tomorrow is Wednesday, tomorrow. And then Thursday I'll be back here with this thing, except we will be doing game system stuff. So if you are interested in watching the way my brain makes up game systems, instead of the way my brain makes up worlds, or as well as, join me then. Thanks for hanging, folks. I love you guys. You're amazing for still being so into this world. It is awesome, and it warms my heart cockles. Yeah. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a beautiful time zone. I love you guys.